Hello everybody, I'm Off the Charts and welcome to 100 Days in Ark Survival Evolved. Today, if you'll so choose, you'll be watching the collective efforts of me trying to record this video over 2 years. Now I know that sounds really stupid, considering most 100 Days videos can be done in under a month. However, I was only able to do this on my 7th attempt. I have either had to restart or lost all of my progress 6 times before this, but it is finally done. In this video, you will get to watch me survive 100 days in Aberration on Ark Survival Evolved, from humble beginnings in the portal spawn to defeating Alpha Rockwell, if I can manage it. This will be my first ever full playthrough of Aberration, which means my first time actually fighting Rockwell, Gamma through Alpha. So get something to drink, get comfy, and get some snacks, because this is looking to be a long one. And for any of you that want to know, here are all the settings I used in this video throughout the 100 days. Let's get into it. And with that, we wake up in the Portal of Aberration on day 1. I scratch my wrist, look around, and then get to work. I get my first pickaxe, my first axe, and in doing so, my first level, and I make my way down the portal railing, getting an explorer note along the way. I take a quick look around before jumping down into the water and spot some raptors, and then I took the plunge. Since it was already getting dark, shelter was my first priority, but while I was trying to make my way onto land, I accidentally ended up hitting a stego, so I just kind of swam away as fast as I could, but it did catch up to me. But it seemed more interested in just kind of following me around, I guess. So I made my way back to land and started chopping some trees, gaining another level in the process. Thanks to the help of that explorer note I found on the way down to the lake, I was already level 14, and I don't have any XP buffs on the server. And then I ultimately decided the safest place for me to set up a temporary base was on the little island within the lake itself, where the stego had followed me to, boosting me all the way to level 18 before the end of day 1. At the dawn of day 2, I found myself wandering around the dark shores of the lake. By now, I had progressed enough to not only have a slingshot, but a bow, bolas, and a water skin as well, and I was already thinking of taming a raptor. But before I could do that, I came across a rip-off rad scorpion, and it was only day 2 and I was already tempting fate. But with a few well-placed arrows, the walking chitin package was down. But it didn't take long for me to find myself under attack by a level 85 ravager. Luckily, I had some bolas to hold it in place. At first, I tried knocking it out with a slingshot, but quickly realized if I had tried that, I likely would have died, so I tried killing it instead. But as it got away, I panicked and ran into the water. Then later on, after harvesting some more wood, I had already begun unlocking hide gear. And then I began to work on the base again, because I needed a little bit more than just an open platform. But by then I was already level 20, and I had a mortar and pestle, and I was thinking of getting narcotics. But the map seemed to have other ideas. It didn't want me making any drugs. Because drugs are bad, okay? However, in immediate retaliation, I stumbled across some mushrooms and began to trip my fucking ass off, which ultimately ended up in me dying on the spot. Maybe I should have listened to Mr. Mackey. Just kidding, while I was dead, I actually had already started making drugs. So, take that, Aberration. In Ark Survival Evolved, drugs are essentially one of the main food groups for any tame. Speaking of tames, I went out and got my very first one, the first dodo that would eventually lead to my dodo pen for harvesting eggs for recipes in the future. And by the night of day 2, I had a breeding pair for that dodo pen. And since I was bored, I finally decided to try and kill that stego that had followed me during the night of day 1. I ultimately did kill it, but it almost caused me another death. By the skin of my teeth, you could say. Just kidding, you thought I lived? Nah, I died because I drowned without stamina. But killing the stego made it so I could gear myself up with full hide gear. Look at me go. Only day 2 and I'm already wearing the skin of my fallen enemies. And then on the start of day 3, I was out hunting down a parasaur. I wanted one not only for, farming berries to make more drugs, but to also be able to transport things to and from my base. I would eventually have to build a raft to do that, but hey, it's still more carry weight than my character has. And I did end up actually finding one, a level 70 female parasaur. So of course I bola'd her and knocked her the fuck out. Then once she was named, I named her Penny, and she was a level 103 with the taming effectiveness I had after starving her. And of course I had already made the saddle. I wasn't going to be wasting any time gathering materials on that. Then after that I stumbled across a basic level 10 raptor and I actually knocked it out. It's just level 10, which isn't much obviously, but it was enough to help me get started through the beginning of the 100 days. And that's all I needed. But with all the wood I had been harvesting, I actually managed to make a raft to carry my dinosaurs to and from my base. Then after some time, the raptor was up and I named her Raven. Super original, I know. And by the end of day 3, I had already had a saddle for Raven, so everything was going pretty well so far. I started day 4 by dripping out Raven with one of the skins I got. Of course I had to go with the black and red, come on. Whose channel are you watching right now? And with her new color scheme, it was immediately time for bloodshed. And in my infinite wisdom, I decided to attack the pair of stegos. But then my dumbass found a Carno. and I had trank arrows, and then the damn thing got stuck when trying to get to me. So of course I proceeded to stand in one spot and shoot at it, and it began to run away, so of course I had to give chase, but I ended up losing it, so no carno for me. But I did end up finding a level 20 male raptor that I knocked out and tamed for a breeding pair, because even if they were low level, it would mean I had extra raptors in case mine died. But then I found this level 84 tech raptor and I really wanted it, and I did actually manage to knock it out, but then I got turned into lunch meat by a level 145 raptor twice. But luckily for me, a level 50 male that I had knocked out was actually still unconscious, and I did manage to tame him. And then I managed to jump that level 145 raptor and actually knock it out. Kill me twice, I'll just enslave you. How about that, huh? And then once Reva was up and tamed, she was a level 216. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. But then I had my 2 highest level raptors have a baby, so I could start working on my hunting part. Day 5 started with me butchering a child, and then I went to work on a forge and a smithy, so I could actually get started on producing metal tools and weapons. And then of course I had to craft more drugs. Come on, this is Ark Survival Evolved. If you're not practically running a one-man drug empire, you're not doing it right. But after that, I was finally able to actually craft some metal tools, a metal pick and a metal hatchet, which I then used to go get more metal. And then came the crossbow, our glorious weapon which we will use to incapacitate and force other animals into subservience. And then it was time for me to try and tame some ravagers. I was going to need them to be able to breed a perfect, hauling ravager to be able to haul as much metal as possible. Because if you didn't know, in Aberration, ravagers are essentially RGs. They're just on the ground. Unfortunately, they also travel in packs, so that makes it a bit more difficult. I did manage to knock out a level 40 female, but then I got bit by a bug and I started tripping on shrooms again, just barely managing to escape with my life. And while I waited for that to starve, I decided to tame a Dodicarus, since it was just kind of right there. Roughly 10-15 minutes later, the Ravager was fully starved, so of course we just stuffed its inventory full of meat. And then a pack of raptors decided to roll up on my tames down on the beach, and I had a pretty close call with them. But after that fiasco, I went back to my base, and then I went to my smithy, and I made myself a sickle to harvest plant fiber. I knocked out a turtle I found on the beach because I felt like it. I also knocked out a sarco on my way to go get my Dodicarus after it woke up. And then I just spent the night kind of raising up my hunting pack a little bit more, needed to fill the ranks. And then I proceeded to murder any that didn't make the cut. And with the dawn of day 6, I was rolling out on my Dodicarus. I had to get the roly-poly back to base. And then came my very first set of armor. Chitin armor. Not quite as good as flak armor, obviously, but when it comes to Aberration, you need to have armor. I don't care what kind it is, so long as it protects me. And then I spent some time raising a child that actually seemed to have potential. I stabbed a raptor to death that tried to jump me while I was out hunting. I tried to knock out a male level 90 Ravager, but there was another level 50 there. The level 50 ran off and left me with the level 90, but then as soon as I was about to knock it out fully, the level 50 came back and distracted me, giving the level 90 the perfect opportunity to take my ass out. But I did manage to get back there and trap both the level 55 and the level 90 with a combination of bolas and bear traps, and then knock the level 55 out. I did manage to knock out level 90 as well, but he was unconscious under the water, so he was going to drown. So I just decided to tame the level 55 instead. And then I started day 7 by customizing a few more bionic raptor skins for my hunting pack. Come on, if I'm going to be hunting, I'm going to be doing it in style. Speaking of the hunting pack, I was kind of just waiting on them to grow. Unfortunately, Aberration is one of those maps where if you don't have a way to defend yourself, you can't really go out and do anything. You know, unless you enjoy being turned into dinosaur kibble. So while I waited for them to grow, I just went out with Penny and started gathering some mushrooms and some berries. I was hoping to get started on drug production early in the game. And then after that, I decided to give Penny some bling. I couldn't leave her left out. And then I found a metal rock on the island, so I just kind of broke that, I guess. Day 7 seemed to be the first day in Aberration where the night and day cycles were switched. So if you don't know, Aberration does in fact have a day-night cycle that's a little bit different than the average Ark map. It starts off 50-50, so 50% of the day is day, 50% of the day is night. And then later on it goes to 90% night and 10% day, which is where we are currently. And then after that the values would switch, which would make it 90% day, 10% night. Which you will see the 90% night is actually quite important in the future, especially for late game, but right now it's more or less just a pain in the ass because I can't go out and do anything. And then at the dawn, in quotes here, of day 8, I decided to start breeding my 2 Ravagers that I had. I didn't need them for hunting, I mostly needed them for, you know, ferrying items to and from different areas in the map, at least until I could get a rock drake. So the sooner I had one raised and everything and ready to go, the better off I would be. And thankfully later on that day, the Ravager was born. And because I'm oh so clever, I named him Rage. But after that, I actually ended up getting my first fabricator built. Before I actually ended up, moving my base location, I wanted to get a few things built to take with me, so the fabricator was it just made sense to get it done now, instead of making it all the way, potentially, past day 20. And then I took Sally the Sarco out for a ride. Well, a ride is a bit of an understatement. I kind of went on a killing spree with her. Power may have gotten to my head a little bit. And after that, I was farming some green gems. Just kidding, you thought I was done. Then day 9 started with me tending to Rage. Had to make sure I got that sweet, sweet imprinting level. And then I went on another mini Sarco rampage. And then I figured if I wanted to go into the blue zone soon, I'd have to tame a light pet, so I had to tame the arc equivalent of a dog getting hit in the face with a frying pan. And I also made a cryopod, which I could only really use for, imprinting right now. I started day 10 off by, raising up more of my raptors, but I ended up fucking one of them up. Ended up giving it cryo sickness, trying to rotate what it wanted for imprinting, so I'm a little dumb. And on the topic of raising tames, Rage was actually almost fully grown. And once he was, I went out and found an explorer note with him to give him those extra levels. But leveling up Rage wasn't actually the main objective of the day, it was getting the zip line highway set up. God, that took so many takes to get right. Since in Aberration there are no flyers and you can't really get around quickly until you get a rock drake, my main method of travel for now, especially in between the zones, was going to be with Ravagers up and down zip lines, since they can climb them. In doing so, I actually ended up finding a Shinehorn, and I love the Shinehorns. They're absolutely adorable. Personally, I prefer the Featherlights over the Shinehorns, but that's because I like birds. And after taming him, I decided to just kind of leave Pan Face sitting there, which is what I named my bulb dog, because they look like they got hit in the face with a frying pan. I'm not sorry. But after that, it was actually me knocking out an Ankylosaur, because for what I had planned, I was going to need a lot of metal. Hell, just playing Aberration, you need a lot of metal, more so than most maps, aside from maybe Extinction, but we'll get to that. And day 11 started with me getting turned into lunch meat. And before Sally and I could save him, one of my raptors ended up kicking the bucket. So of course we went down there and ripped him up. Oh no, I got ripped apart again. And then on the way back to go get Sally, she was killed by the raptors. And then on the way to go get her dead body, we had to deal with a walking STD! It wasn't even halfway through day 11 and I already lost 2 tames. I love Ark Survival Evolved, I really do, but this map just kicks the shit out of me. Probably why it took me 2 years to get this video done. But to fill the power vacuum that Sally's death ended up leaving, I decided to try and tame a Spino on a Ravager by myself. Because that's the smart thing to do. Because that's what you do when you lose one of your strongest tames. You go and you decide to tame an alpha predator with nothing but an angry dog. But somehow, we actually managed to knock it out without dying. So while we waited for the level 55 Spino to tame, it was time to go check on the Anky, which came out as a level 96, which isn't bad for early game. I'm happy with that. Then we went and got some prime meat for the Spino, because, shitty level, good taming effectiveness would help a little bit. I spent pretty much the whole day waiting and defending it, and Rage was not looking so hot, but he was level 102. So while I waited for the Spino to tame, I decided I should probably go heal him up. And then by the dawn of day 12, we had a level 82 Spino. Not great, but it definitely will help fill the power vacuum that we had. And then for shits and giggles, we knocked out another one. Guess what else happened on day 12? I had to chase a giant crab off of my Spino that was knocked out. Can you be racist against crustaceans? Regardless, the Spino came out at a level 74, so that's not too bad. Well, for an early game tame at least. And then I used my Spinos to make a baby, because the baby will be better than the parents. It would be free of sin. Perfect for me to corrupt into the perfect killing machine. But then an alpha crustacean showed up and I panicked, which got not only my raptor killed, but my goddamn Shinehorn. Day 13 started off with me trying to lead away this giant, hard-shelled having, inbred looking fucking crab away from my base. After that, I was pretty much just waiting for Spino eggs to hatch. They take forever. But eventually it did hatch. Say hi to Sasha, everybody. Grow strong, child, so you may lend me your strength. I am so sorry. I am like 3 days deep in not sleeping by the time I'm doing this voiceover. Oh, I'm going crazy. You know what? I'm just gonna make some drugs instead. Oh, would you look at that? All of my deaths sitting in my Dodo's inventory. It is only day 14. That's right, meet Stammy, a Ravager that I bred that actually came out with a stamina mutation. I forgot about that. And then we imprinted Sasha, finally. Only one more imprint to go. If you're new to my 100 days videos for ARC, which is likely because I haven't done one in ages, when I can, I use imprinting stat buffs as a substitute to mutation breeding because I don't have the time to breed mutations. Or at least I didn't while I was recording Aberration in of itself. 145 Spinal! Well, you know I had to try and tame that thing. Emphasis on try. I may have tried again. And on my third attempt, I decided to bring out my breeding female Spino to tank the hits while I shot the Spino I was trying to knock out. Eventually, I just gave up and went back home though. AFKing right in front of a giant growing dinosaur child. Imprinting on the giant growing dinosaur child. Murdering children with the mutated mutt is always fun. And then we decided to try and assault and subjugate an elderly dinosaur. To great effect. And on the dawn of day 16, Sasha was fully grown. And with her around, I didn't really have a lot to worry about in the green zone. But after that, I was just pre-hatching eggs, which I did more of on the dawn of day 18 as well. But I took a break to go get some crystals so I could make myself some hazard gear, because I had a plan that I was brewing. Day 19 pretty much consisted of more egg hatching while I waited for sushi to grow, and more crystal farming. Day 20 is when things really started to get set into motion. I made myself a pair of climbing picks to start the day, and then I just kind of waited for sushi to grow. And when she was fully grown, she was a beast. But before I could do anything, I had to heal her up, obviously. But once she was, I brought her down to the edge of the green zone and got ready for my plan. Now, if you watched my previous 100 days on Scorched Earth, you know I got my first wyvern really early into my run. And I intended to get a rock drake as early as possible because they make traveling around the map so much easier. So with sushi in a cryopod, I flew down to the blue zone. And then by day 21, it was time for me to take the dive. With a pair of wings and a hazard suit, I flew straight down into the radiation zone, landing on the walkway down into the area that would lead you to the rock drake trenches. I threw sushi out of her cryopod and got to work. Luckily for me, there didn't seem to actually be that many rock drakes around at the time. Even luckier, I found a rock drake egg really close to the top of the trench, and I was actually able to cheese getting sushi up into the rock drake nest. It was only a level 60 rock drake egg, but hey, level 60 is all you need to get started. But the moment I grabbed it and tried to leave, I got stuck, and then I got swarmed. But Sushi, being the big strong girl she is, had no issue dealing with a few rock drakes. And so began the slow climb out of the rock drake trench and back home. I pretty much just hightailed it through the purple zone, and the blue zone, as always, was a bit of a pain in the ass to get back through. I actually ended up getting a little bit lost, so I just climbed to the top of the tree and then flew out of there with my wingsuit. And by the dawn of day 22, I was back home with my rock drake egg. To take a break, I ended up spending some time trying to tame a roll rat, but I ended up just kind of killing them. Because I'm dumb. Day 23 was the metal run day, because I was going to need a lot of it to make air conditioners to hatch this rock drake egg. And of course I had to build a little bit of a shack for it, so I got started on that too, which I continued on day 24. But on day 25, in the middle of building the hatchery, I got jumped by a raptor. He charged right through the open doors and everything. But by the dawn of day 26, the rock drake egg was hatching. But I also actually finally ended up taming a roll rat to use for harvesting wood. And then we had our rock drake, whom I named Blue for obvious reasons. Blue may not be the mightiest of rock drakes we will have in this run, but they are by far our most important, as they will get everything moving far more smoothly. For now though, it's kind of just a waiting game until they grow up. So Dodicarus, it was time to get to work. Get to work on what, you might be asking? While I love the little hatchery I made and the little island base up in the green zone, if I want to beat all 3 levels of Rockwell, I'm going to need an actual base of operations, which includes a chemistry bench and an industrial forge, which is what day 27 was pretty much dedicated to with metal farming. And day 28 was the day I started working on the foundations of the permanent base. It wasn't going to be anything as glamorous as it was on Scorched Earth, but it would work. I was thinking of building a tower. Just one main building that would have everything I need in the bottom and then my living quarters in the top. So the bottom would have my storage, my refrigerator, a bookshelf for any recipes or blueprints I come across or make, and of course the chemistry bench and the industrial forge, but that was going to take a while to make. I don't know what I really did on day 29, it just kind of looks like I screwed around all day. And day 30 started off with Blue fully growing up. So of course we had to take her out for a spin, and oh my god, I had missed having a rock drake. Aberration is one of my least favorite maps when it comes to gameplay, strictly because of how annoying it is, but the rock drake is like in my top 3 favorite tames of Ark Survival Evolved. 2 of my favorite actually come from this map, but the rest of day 30 was pretty much just me using pre-hatched eggs to level up Blue. Actually, that was a lie. I took Blue out and went and found a Featherlight. A level 105 Featherlight, actually. Now, these things are my absolute favorite. I am a huge sucker for birds. And the Featherlights are just so damn cute, okay? I couldn't resist. So of course I had to tame her and bring her home. I mean, look at her, she's adorable. But then I went out and tamed a level 22 male. I couldn't help myself, I needed to be able to make sure I had Featherlights at all times if one died. And then for the rest of day 30, I spent the night up on the surface doing my first loot drop run. I had also apparently got another rock drake egg, though I don't have footage of it here. Either way, all I really ended up getting from the loot drop run was some enhanced chitin blueprints. Day 31 was the day I named my Featherlights. I named the male Ash, and I named the female Ruby. And I immediately set them to mating so they would pop out an egg, which I then decided to sit by all day waiting for it to incubate. And then when it was done, it popped out an adorable little itty-bitty baby Featherlight, whom I named Gabby. Why? I don't know, that's just the first name that popped into my head. God, I hope I never have kids. I'd be so bad at naming them. But after that, it was finally time to place the industrial forge in what was soon to be my base. And day 32 was the start of actually building the walls to the tower. This took a while. It took a lot longer than I would like to admit, but once it was as even as I could get, the walls started going up. That's what I spent the majority of day 32 doing, actually. It was just building up the new base, which meant lots of resource gathering. Day 33 was even more building on the new base, mostly working on the upper floor where I would be living, which was taking a lot longer than I had anticipated. Ark Survival Evolved doesn't exactly have the best building mechanics. But then I ended day 33 off with some more loot drop hunting on the surface. Day 34 was more building the upper floor of my tower, a process that was taking a lot longer than I would have liked. On day 35, I took a break from building to go and find a Reaper Queen. Reaper Kings are one of my favorite tames in all of Ark Survival Evolved. They're just so metal to me. I know that's a really cringy term for it, but that's the most accurate word I have to describe it. I mean, come on, it's like a xenomorph T-Rex. Of course I was gonna get one, but to get one you have to get a Reaper Queen down to low enough health where she'll stab you with her tail and impregnate you, and that in of itself will almost kill you. And finding a high enough level to make it worthwhile is a whole nother problem, which is what I spent pretty much the whole day looking for, and evidently I did not find one, so I just went back to base. And then on day 36, I was back in the purple zone. I was looking for a Reaper Queen, obviously, but I was also looking for 2 high-level megalosaurs, because in my opinion, the best animal to use for a boss tame in Aberration is the Megalosaur. They have relatively good stats, and on Aberration, they are constantly getting that nighttime bonus that they have usually on other maps. It took quite some time, but I did find level 95 male Megalosaur, which was the best I could find, so I knocked that one out and then went looking for more. But a Basilisk decided to try and stop me. Emphasis on tried. And by the end of day 36, I had level 80 female knocked out, so I spent the start of day 37 waiting for them to starve and to tame. The male tamed up at a level 142, so that wasn't too bad. And the female came out at level 119, but since I wouldn't be mutation breeding, levels weren't really a big deal for me, especially considering I rely mostly on imprinting. Really did not have the time for mutation breedings while I was recording this one video, if how long it took to make this video says anything. And then it was more loot drop hunting. I was really looking for 2 things, a high tier pump action shotgun blueprint and a long neck blueprint. This loot drop hunting even carried on into day 38, where I actually got something decent, some ramshackle hazard pants. Probably the best thing I've gotten from doing the loot drops this far. And that's pretty much what I did for the rest of the day too. And the majority of day 39 too. But I did actually end up getting a pretty good flak gauntlet blueprint, so that was pretty nice, I guess. But then I got a glider blueprint from a purple drop, so I guess it kinda evens out. Day 40, almost at the halfway point, and it started with an actually decent purple drop. And after that, I guess it was finally time to hatch that other rock drake drake egg I got, which I'm seeing now was a level 180. I'm kind of mad that I missed me getting that. I probably skimmed over it and just ended up cutting up the footage. God damn it. I spent some time with my favorite avian companion, and then I was pre-hatching some more eggs for when the next rock drake egg hatched and I had to level up, you know, another rock drake. I had a lot of eggs I had to pre-hatch. But I was also growing my first breeding pair of megalosaurs to breed my army with. And then the rock drake egg hatched. And then I named the baby Clover. Day 41 started with more of, you guessed it, me pre-hatching eggs. But then I started thinking about making a chemistry bench, which would end up helping me make gunpowder in the future for shotgun ammo. And then it was more eggs, and raising murder dinos. I started day 42 by cuddling with Clover. That's a pretty good way to start a day if you ask me. Which was good because then I had to spend hours crystal farming on Aberration. Yay! To make silica pearl farming easier, I decided to tame an anglerfish as well. And then I, of course, farmed silica pearls. And then on day 43, I was finally able to make the chemistry bench. Collected all of my previous deaths off of my dodo, and finally got the chemistry bench powered and set up. Day 44 marked the beginning of me trying to move all of my dinos that I was still using over to around my new base. And a lot of waiting for Clover to finish growing. And once she was, we saddled her up and took her out for a spin. I tried to get a Reaper Queen, but that didn't work too well. But after that brief fail, we did it. We successfully got snagged by a Reaper Queen. So day 45 was the day I decided to start leveling up Clover, which almost immediately maxed out the Reaper King embryos level, so max level 75 instantly. And then later on in the day, my chest exploded, and out popped the biological horror I had been waiting for. What, does it have red on it? Oh my god, it has like brown or orange or something on it. Is that a mutation? And it popped out with like a orangish red on its underbelly, which is perfect for my channel theme. Come on, and of course I had to name it something edgy, so I named it Hades. After that, I'm pretty sure day 46 was just a bunch of me mucking about, but Hades was growing quick, and he was looking like a beast. And day 47 was more loot drop hunting, and it led to the game breaking a little bit. I almost burned to death, but didn't at the same time. Day 48, even more loot drop hunting, where a blue drop gave me Ascendant Chitin Leggings Blueprint. Okay, and by the time I got home, Hades was fully grown. Day 49 was the day I had begun hatching more megalosaur eggs to breed my army. But I took a quick break for some more loot drop hunting and I got an Ascendant Hatchet, so I thought that was pretty good. And finally, day 50 marks the halfway point of this video, or at the very least the halfway point of the 100 days. And I just want to take this time to thank you all if you're still watching the video. I hope you're enjoying it so far. If you are, make sure to like the video and maybe give me a comment, subscribe for more because there will be more ARC videos after this, coming out much faster than this one did, I can assure you. I really enjoy putting out these big format videos, so if you enjoy them, like, comment, subscribe, maybe even share it. Any possible interaction you can give this video is greatly appreciated. Anyway, aside from the shameless plugging, for day 50 I actually decided to take Hades out on a bit of a rampage, but that's pretty much it. It was a pretty uneventful day 50. I didn't really do anything to celebrate it. I started off day 51 by trying to get another Reaper King, which is what I spent pretty much all day doing, until I decided to give Hades a real rampage, give him a real test run. And then I started working on another little building to put my industrial grill and cooker in. Day 52 started off with one of the many oil runs I was going to have to do in this map. I probably spent half the day alone just harvesting oil. But I did take a break to hatch another featherlet egg because at some point I had lost Gabby. I don't know when she died, but she did. So of course when this one hatched, I gave it the name that just popped into my head first. And then day 53 was building a water pipeline to the bottom of the mountain that I was based at so I could get a greenhouse going. Because I can never just base around water. Why would I do something smart like that? And then I was able to power up the industrial grill, finally having, you know, a way to cook massive amounts of meat at once. And then it was more megalosaur egg gathering, I guess, the best way to describe it. And I pretty much just spent the rest of the day doing that. Day 54 was the day I decided I wanted a dung beetle, because if I was going to have a greenhouse, then I was going to need fertilizer, and I wasn't going to be waiting for fertilizer boxes to ferment. And then it was more megalosaur egg hatching. A lot of egg hatching. Like stupid amounts of getting eggs pre-hatched. But then it was finally time I got started on the greenhouse, and I was going to be needing a lot of crystal for it. Day 55 was the start of more crystal farming to finish the greenhouse. or rather trying to farm crystal with Ark's janky-ass hitboxes, and were they ever janky. But progress on the greenhouse was going steadily, and that's all that really mattered to me at this point. More crystal farming, but it was finally time to put down the garden plots. On day 56, I was starting a dodo pen to harvest dodo eggs. Why? Because I felt like it. I decided on day 57 that I was going to tempt fate to try and get a purple drop. Reaper. Reaper, 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 Reaper. Go, 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 go. That's... why? You're giving me really good shit, but... it's nothing I can exactly use. And I just want a shotgun blueprint. That's cool too. Not really, but thank you, game. I didn't end up getting a shotgun blueprint, but I did get a Mastercraft long neck rifle blueprint, which was pretty good. But on day 58, I got an Ascendant double barrel shotgun from a blue drop. Are you kidding me? And then later on that night, I got what I was looking for. I got an Ascendant pump action shotgun blueprint, which was one of the last things I needed to be able to actually fight Rockwell, according to all the peoples on the internet anyway. And then, oh boy, day 59 was more crystal farming. Really starting to get sick of this. And then day 60 started with a heavy load of obsidian farming. If I wanted to make the recommended 2 shotguns I was going to have to make out of that blueprint, I was going to need a lot of polymer. Way more than what would be able to fit inside the fabricator if I was to use organic polymer, so I really had to get crafting the regular stuff. So that's what I did. I got farming, and then I got crafting. I started day 61 with the hunt for a baryonyx. From what I knew, I was going to need a baryonyx to be able to get through at least one of the artifact caves, and I wanted to find 2 high-level ones to breed a high-level one. But instead I ended up fighting a giant crab, an alpha one, because I really can't stand these crustaceans. But I did end up eventually knocking out a level 80. And then day 62 was the beginning of me actually raising and leveling up the dinos to fight the Gamma Rockwell boss fight. As you can see, the days are starting to get really short. That's because a lot of the time it's just me standing around waiting for things to happen. Either that would be dinosaurs taming, things crafting, or babies growing. So I cut out the majority of, just me standing there. And wouldn't you know it, day 63 was even more dino raising. But it was also the day I hatched a level 185 rock drake egg to make a battle mount for the Rockwell boss fight. And when the baby was born, I named it Navy, because I'm oh so clever. And I had finally found a female baryonyx. It was really low level, but oh well. And then I started off day 64 by hatching the baryonyx egg that I had gotten my 2 baryonyx that I tamed to lay. And once it was hatched, I named the little thing Becky. But then I got bored and decided to play chef for a little while. And then it was even more dino raising, all the way through to day 65 when my first batch of megalosaurs were reaching full maturity. And then later that night, I used their siblings that I had pre-hatched as XP bags for them, pumping pretty much every level I got for the megalosaurs into melee. And then day 66 was even more egg collecting. And then eventually it was Becky's turn to be leveled up so I could use her in the caves. It's a good thing I still had a bunch of Spino eggs I hadn't used for XP grinding yet. Day 67 was the day of the odd texture glitch ruining most of my footage, which for some reason carried over into day 68. And then day 69 rolled around, the day that is historically bad for my 100 days videos, which is rather applicable here because the graphical bug was still my footage. But as you can see here, once it did clear up, I started crafting some ammo for a gun. With day 70 rolling around, that meant I only had 30 more days to get this map done. And that meant killing all 3 levels of Rockwell before day 100 was over. So I was really starting to kick production into high gear, including me crafting more cryopods. And then just before the dawn of day 71, I started to make my way into the first cave. I was planning to only do these cave runs once, meaning I would go in, get the artifact, go back out, put it in a chest, go back in and get the artifact 3 times until I had enough for all 3 levels of Rockwell. Oh, I'm dead. Fucking Christ. Okay. I can get this at least. Ah, shit. This is gonna be a pain. But it's gonna be something that I kinda need to do. Build that one. Oh, okie. Now it's gotta be... The plan's gotta be redone a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, it's a lot easier. Much easier, and it works as a way to level this one. Oh shit, that's where I died with Becky. Oh, you motherfucker! Yeah, come on, Karkinos. Oh, for the love of God, did I really just get myself stuck? Okay, no. Don't mind cheesing things. Oh, don't kill the glowtail. Kill everything but the glowtail. Let's go left. Did I just go in a circle? Nope, there's the artifact. Okay. Yeah, this one's easy. Me dying how I did is embarrassing, seeing how easy this is now. Whoa, no you don't. What the fuck? Why can't I let me on my goddamn megalosaur? Get the fuck off of me. What the fuck was that game? I didn't think raptors were able to do that. And once that was said and done, I had my first artifact, which I had to do 2 more times. But at least with it being immediately cleared, I could go in and out a lot easier. And then day 72 was pretty much just a day where I piddled around and did basic chores around the base. Gunpowder was getting to be a bit of a scarce resource, so I needed to start getting wood burning. And then it was obsidian farming. And then on day 73, I set out to find the artifact cave in the Purple Zone. Okay, well, this is an artifact cave if I've ever seen one. Feels cheaty to be bringing a rock drake through here. Especially considering I can just do this. Okay. Please just die. Jesus. I've already been here. Okay, that's helpful. Not really. Oh, I'm gonna be in here forever. And after I did that, it was on the way home I went. But I would have to come back for the other 2 that I left in the crate. Day 74 was the day I started to bottle up all of my megalosaurs I was going to be using for the Gamma boss fight. And then on day 75, with my replacement baryonyx Brad, we dove in to get the last artifact. I'm assuming down there is where I have to go. But if I go down there, I'm gonna die. At least at this moment I will. Alright, let's bring it on. Oh, this is Navy. Sorry, Navy. I don't know why I kept saying Brad. Probably because Brad died. Oh my god. Fuck you. I should probably put on my fucking scuba. Oh god. Ow. Let me up, please. Oh, thank God. Fuck out of my way, I have an artifact to grab. Come here, Navy. And after that, it was time to finally start bringing out all the dinos to fight the Gamma Rockwell. It was a bit of a long process, if you can't tell, with the cryo cooldown timer. Yeah, a process that even carried over into day 76. But then on day 77, we saddled up and took the fight to Gamma Rockwell. Going in against the Gamma, or against Rockwell on Gamma. I've never fought this dude before, I'm just going off of what shit I was told. I don't know if I'm gonna need this on me or not. Okay. Let's do this shit. Uh-oh. Okay, we're alive. Oh, shit. Little bit. Little bit. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, the tentacles are easy on Gamma, that's good to know. Shut your whore mouth, Rockwell. Oh, it's so hard to fight with a fucking... Oh, I've never fought like this before. Oh god, they're not attacking him. They're not attacking him. Idiots. Yeah, go get him. Oh shit. Fuck it. Shut up. I'm not here for your life story. Not here. Don't give a shit. Reload, please. Fuck out of here. Ow. Oh my god, can you just die, please? Oh shit. He's electrifying shit. Oh, that was a little too close for me. Okay. Yeah, you're trying mine with your fucking blabbing. Reload. You know, I was expecting music. I don't know why there isn't. I think my game might be a little buggered. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with that far one first, and then I'm gonna come back. Why aren't they attacking him? Oh god, are they bugged? Glide, glide, glide. Idiots. Attack the giant fucking dead guy, please. Okay. Shut up. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, doing this again. You are an ugly bitch. Oh, I'm gonna have to deal with that. I'm gonna have to deal with that. God, get the fuck out of my way, please. Be nice if the tentacle piss could get off me. So I can kill the ones that are zapping shit currently, that's good. I'll just have to edit in my own cool boss fight music during this, I guess. That was fast. Move! Nope. I've come this far. Fucking take him down, boys and girl. Reload, reload. Okay. Shit. Yeah, these are gonna have to die. Okay, that's easy. That's good. I didn't drop my guard, I'm getting shot at. Getting fucking stuck by the... Oh god. This is fucking chaos. 800-fold, that seems oddly specific. Seems a little specific there, buddy pal. Oh god, not this again. Why aren't they fighting him? Please just fucking kill him. Oh, these are getting stronger. Or I'm just missing more shots. Oh, thank God. Okay, now I have to load all this onto my rock drake, right? I'm gonna get fucking teleported out of here. And we had slain Rockwell on Gamma difficulty. I know it was the Gamma difficulty, but it was surprisingly easy. I over-prepared for it like I did the Manticore. Now, as for my reaction for finishing Aberration, because I never have before, you'll see that at the end of the video. Because, you know, the whole cutscene plays out after you beat Gamma, too. So I'm going to save that and put it at the end. As for day 78, I pretty much just spent the entirety of day 78 slowly uncryopoding and healing all of my dinos that I had used in the boss fight. The same goes for day 79 as well, and for day 80. Day 81 was more of the same, but I did take some time to level up my Megalos again, just to make sure they had a little bit extra health for the beta boss fight. And day 82 was more of the same. Day 83 and 84 were pretty much the exact same, though I did gather all the necessary tributes alongside the relics that I had left in those crates by the caves. And then day 85, I was finally able to cryo up my Megalos again. Day 86 was prep day. I was making my second shotgun, and I was going to make a whole hell of a lot of bullets. And then day 87, I was getting all my dinos thrown out onto the boss platform. But I did not give a shit, so they all got cryo sickness. Then day 88, I was just cooking a bunch of recipes, a bunch of food, medical brews, shadow steak saute, stuff like that. I think that's what you call it anyway. But either way, I pretty much spent the entire day in my base naked standing around. And day 89 was just more cooking. And then on the dawn of day 90, all the tames had woken
Rockwell.
up, and we set out to fight
Day 90,
Rockwell.
6:48 o'clock in the morning. Let's fucking do this.
Make sure your ass is completely fucking in here. Okay, let's do this shit. Second to last boss fight for Aberration, and then I'm done. I don't have to play this map ever again! I need my ammo.
Have you come here to challenge me?
Yes.
I'm afraid you've made a fatal error in judgment, survivor.
Oh, I can't even damage him yet. I just need this map done, honestly.
I'm done pulling my punches. Well, go on. Take your best shot.
All right.
Why is everyone so obstinately blind to what I
Ow.
You remind me of those soldiers from the future, so confident.
You need to die first, please. Reloading.
My discovery. I've begun my ascent to God.
Okay, now I should just be able to. Oh, they're just gonna stop anyway. Alright. That's fine with me.
I have made myself the holy instrument of mankind's final evolution. What's one more?
Okay, yep, just stop and take a shit, why don't you? To
It's so weird to be doing this, man.
This may burn
I
again.
can't remember how long ago it was in real life that I actually did the fucking beta boss fight, or the gamma. I'm on the beta right now. I'm tired.
Good for you. I'm so impressed.
I had to have done the gamma quite some time ago. At least a few months.
Well, for a mere human.
And technically, you're a human too, still, dude. You're just a fucking eldritch abomination now.
You have my attention now.
Go.
Don't you see? Without me, there is no future.
Aw, Reaper King is stuck. That's cute. Nope, not stuck anymore. Nope. Not getting hit by the piss tentacles.
Even if you could get past me to the surface.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave them this way so I can flip around.
The world has fallen to titanic monstrosities.
Ow!
Snuffed you out like a candle flame. It takes a god to kill titans, you fool. Who are you before this power?
I'm the guy that's about to fucking kill you. Finally be rid of your annoying ass. If I don't get stuck on something first.
See what you make me do?
Okay, I still have some room to maneuver.
I've never cared for stinging insects.
Can't walk into that. You need to dive. Stop it! God, I hate when you do that. You're so fucking annoying. You're just gonna stop with a horde of Reaper Kings behind you.
Are you going to keep up this foolishness? I have plenty more where that came from.
Just gonna stop and take a fucking shit. Got an army of Reaper Kings following you. I walked a little too far into that, maybe for my own comfort, but whatever.
This may burn a bit.
Clearly not as much as you're burning right now, you ugly piece of shit.
Don't you ever tire of
You're on your last fucking life here, dum-dum.
Don't recall giving me permission to touch me.
Go. Now. Go now. Go now. Go now. Kill him. Heal! Heal him! Heal him! Yes! Finally!
And with Beta Rockwell dead, it was time to rehabilitate all of my dinos that I had used in the battle once more. Day 91, Day 92, Day 93, Day 94, 95, 96, and 97 were all spent healing and leveling the Megalos for the Alpha boss fight. I spent Day 98 cooking and getting ready for the boss fight, and then Day 99, I took Hades out for one final ride before I had to jump the final hurdle of Aberration. This was it. This was the moment of truth to find out if all the work and preparation I had put into getting these dinos ready for the battle was worth it. It was do or die, and when Day 100 rolled around, we jumped into battle.
Being overweight. Okay. Oh, no, I'm fat. Okay, here we go. Okay. It's time for war. Oh god, are they outside the circle? He can't be outside the circle. No one can be outside the circle. Not allowed. Someone's outside the circle. I can see it. Good. Alright. Hopefully he teleports in, then I'll have time to fix him. Alright, Navy. Let's do this, girl. Or boy, I guess. I'm used to having a female tame.
Have you come here to challenge me?
Yes.
I'm afraid you've made a fatal error in judgment, survivor.
Kinda feels like it. Whether I beat you or not, I am done with this map.
Find yourself in the
That being said,
Sir Edmund Rockwell.
I'm not coming back for another round.
Survivor. I've been transmuted.
Again, with the lack of music, dude. What is wrong with you?
Weaknesses.
Oh, they deal a lot more damage this time.
Look at me.
Oh no. He deals so much more. They take so much more damage now. I have enough ammo for this. Do I have the right gun? Yeah, I think I got the right gun.
All that you could ever be capable of imagining. You may gently flesh or prostrate yourself at this juncture.
I do. Okay, I have the right gun.
Either way, I'm afraid you won't be safe.
It takes more than full fucking. Mind you, I'm not exactly hitting with shots. God damn. This fight is gonna go a lot longer.
You're really quite annoying. Who are you before this power?
Be more careful. Dude, shoot it from distance, shit.
Don't you ever tire of prolonging the inevitable?
Not really. Not when the inevitable is as butt fucking ugly as you.
A god.
It's a good thing you ain't a god then, bitch.
You're really trying my patience.
I'm fucking killing you.
Regret counting.
Oh, there goes my boots.
You will. That actually stunned me.
Okay, we can do this. Be prepared for this. We can do
Hold
this.
that thought.
Shut up!
Stop that, would you?
Oh my god, really? I missed that last shot just a little bit. I don't have to worry about that. All I have to worry about is finishing you before my new computer gets here. Or before I get it at all, really.
You're really quite annoying.
Doing good on health.
Roll this on yourself.
Okay, so it does damage it when it's not registering that I'm shooting it. When it's no hit markering, it is damaging.
Don't recall giving you permission to touch me. You have my attention now.
Right, boys and girls? Kick his ass. Yes, down to half health already.
Why is everyone so obstinately blind to what...
Shit. I got cornered a little bit there. That's fine. Yeah, I have to get rid of that one. This Tentacle has to go first.
I stole the luminous fire of heaven itself that lights the star.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Got a little bit more of a
Who else would
play
be
area
bold
here.
enough to imbue themselves with its raw power?
Okay, there goes that one. I'm gonna have to fix that. They're all on neutral, they should be defending themselves. Okay, I gotta fix that. I gotta jump in.
I'm done pulling my punches. Feel free to grovel. That might amuse me.
Okay. Okay, I'm good. I'm good.
Pity of you tugging at the limbs of a leviathan.
I'm good. I got this.
Honestly, what's the point? You forced my hand.
You don't have them anymore.
There's no shame in surrender, you know.
I've come too far to surrender, man. Like...
Almost felt a twinge out town. Proud of that, I suppose.
Ow. Okay, I need stamina.
Be gone.
Which means I'm gonna have to glide all the way over here to the far end. Take a minute. Okay, now glide back this way. That should give us the time we need
Any pain you visit on me will come back to you
to get back into the flow of it. Even done another layer of damage to it.
I'm so impressed.
Oh, the shotgun's getting low too. God damn it.
This may burn a bit.
God damn it. Oh, and here comes another fucking Reaper King. Okay. Leading him back over this way. Why are you stopping the shit?
You're really quite annoying.
Shotgun's getting low. Okie dokie. Time to retreat.
How long are you going to keep up this foolishness? Be gone!
Stamina's getting way too low for this.
Almost felt a twinge out town.
Okay. They all on me? Enough of them are.
Behold the might of
Okay, now I need to stop fully over here to get some stamina back.
I've never cared for stinging insects. Death is on its way to collect you. You cannot defy a god.
Okay, there's more stamina. I should be using my shitty shotgun for that, but whatever. Don't got the fucking time. I have to loop the other way around now. Holy shit. My health was getting too low for a second there. Only I could force feed maybe medical brews. Okay, let's rotate. Switch sides. I missed that entirely. That orb was a little too close for my taste. Okay, now that they're all back over this way, we can switch back to over here. I'd rather not. Please no. I'm too close to the end to be getting roasted and toasted.
You can't touch me now.
Okay, I'll deal with you first.
Almost felt a twinge that time.
Gonna feel it this time. Oh, I'm so close, man. Alright, but first I need stamina.
Pathetic.
Oh god.
Coming here yet. You will.
Okay, I need to shine some light on that. Oh god, it pissed on me.
Hold that thought.
You know what? I'll take them distracting
Keep up this foolishness.
No, I won't. I changed my mind. I can't afford to take that. There we go. There's one down. Where'd all my tames go?
It's a trivial effort to counter another.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, they're all still there. They're still alive.
Trying my patience. Well, last time I put
Okay,
an end to
now's
you.
time to recover.
Who are you before this power?
Navy has a little bit of health left. I need to be making sure I'm staying alive. Let's regen some health, Navy.
Focus on yourself. You're really quite annoying.
Come on, we're so close.
Have you heard the story?
We're so close. Yes. Now's our time.
In some way?
No, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get him! Get him! Yes! Finally! Okay. Oh. Oh, cool, we get the cutscene. I love this game. And this is... I've never seen this cutscene, actually. We're not done yet. We still have to beat beta, at least. Oh, this is a lot darker than the actual fucking game. And with that, we finish our 100 days in Ark Survival Evolved Aberration. This video was a very long time coming. I've had to work on this through multiple different iterations, different updates, different crashes. I've had to restart like 6 times doing this video. And as you can imagine, after your 3rd time getting to day 70 and having to restart, you kind of just don't want to do it. But it's done. I can move on to new projects now. And I sincerely hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, comment down below, subscribe. There will be more Ark videos coming out shortly, along with a host of other content that I'm planning to do and that I already do. I'm not going to hold y'all here any longer. If you've watched this long, you've already wasted an hour and a half watching my content. If you did end up watching all the way to the end, thank you so much. I hope it was worth the time that you took to watch it, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that may be. See y'all later.